Hi, it's Iannarino, and today we talk about how you justify the delta or how you compete with good enough. Hi, it's Anthony Iannarino with thesalesblog.com and youtube.com/Iannarino, and I want to talk to you about how you compete with an offering that's good enough. You have a better offering, your offering costs more, and the challenge that you have is justifying the delta. You have to justify the difference between your price and the good enough price that's a little bit behind you or maybe way behind you. This isn't the easiest thing to do, but there's a couple things that you can think about. So the first thing is you have to decide what is the difference that makes you different. What is it that you do that creates more value than your competitor who has the lower price? Because it's these things, it's these differences that are going to allow you to justify the delta and explain the difference between your price and your competitor's price in a way that makes sense to your dream client. Okay, but there's more, so let me help you with this. If you don't know what your dream client's strategic outcomes are, if you haven't spent time in discovery, getting really deep in understanding what they want and why they want it, then you're going to have a tough time justifying the delta, because your features, your benefits, all those things that I would call level one value, they're not going to be enough to make up the difference. It's really not going to be enough to do what you need it to do to justify the difference in your price. But what you need is, if you've got the strategic outcomes and if you have a deep understanding, then you can hang your solution on those outcomes and you can explain why the investments that you make to get those outcomes cost more than the investments that your good enough competitor are going to make, and that without making those investments, that their strategic outcomes are now at risk. That's the game that we play when we try to justify the delta. It's difficult to explain why you cost more unless you can tie it to the certainty of getting the strategic outcome. If you can tie it to showing them that you're different in a way that makes a difference. It's not enough just to be different, and it's not enough to just say we're better or this is our business model. Even that's not enough. It's a good explanation, but it's not enough for somebody to say, I don't want to pay for your business model. Let me give you one last point on this. There are people who are settlers. They will settle. They will never feel good enough about themselves or about their company. They've got what I call post-traumatic recessionary stress disorder. They're afraid to spend money, even though the economy has grown every single year since 2010, and it's gone from $15 trillion to now $18.5 trillion. They still don't think that they should spend money. So if you're going to justify the delta, the first thing you have to do is find a way to be different in a way that makes a difference that you can explain to your dream client. The second thing, you need to hang that on their strategic outcomes. So the justification is the certainty that they get what they want and that you can deliver and that they can reach their strategic goals, and good enough is going to put that at risk. And then you have to make sure that this message resonates with your real dream clients. So people that settle for good enough may not be your client. You may be able to help them, you may want to help them, they may want your help, but if they can't get past the difference in the delta between your good enough competitor's price and your best price, they're never going to buy. I'm Anthony Iannarino. While you're here, hit the subscribe button. It's either up there or it's down there, it's somewhere, but hit that button so you can get every video that I release in your inbox. You'll know when I do this. Also go to thesalesblog.com. While you're there, you're going to get a pop-up banner. Sorry about that, but I really want to connect with you. So fill that out, and every Sunday you'll get an email from me with actionable insights in your inbox. You can put those to work on Monday morning every week. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, do good work.